This is one of the famous chess puzzles ever. It's called Stairway to Heaven. Black is under a stalemate, he can't move any piece. Like if you try to play your king to g2 is a stalemate. So there is only one move for white here, is to play your pawn to f4 or to play to f3. And both is the same, like if you played f4, he will take the pawn in passant. If you played f3, he will just take the pawn right away. And right now it is white to move. And there's only one move here, so you don't draw in this endgame. Like if you try to go to attack this pawn, it is a stalemate again, because he can't move any piece. And if you try to sacrifice this pawn also, he will just take, and right now he will play e3 check. And if you take one of these two pawns, he will just play e2 and threatening to promote to a queen in one more. And you must take, and again it is a stalemate. So the only move here for white, so you don't do a stalemate and still win, is to play your king to f1, forcing black to move this pawn. So he will play f2, and you can't take because of a stalemate. So now you will sacrifice your pawn in e4. He must take, and now you can take the pawn in f2. He will play e3, he wants to promote to a queen, and you can't take this pawn. So, and you can't play also king e2. So the only move is to play the king to e1. You have to know that if you try to play a move like this, and maybe you say it is a smart move, but he will just play e2, threatening to promote to a queen, and it will be a draw again. So the only move is king e1. He will play e2. Now you sacrifice your third pawn to d5. He must take, and you take the pawn in e2 with king. He will play d4, and you will play your king to d2, forcing black to push his pawn. He will play d3. Now you sacrifice your fourth pawn, and that's the last pawn you will sacrifice here. Or maybe there's another pawn you will sacrifice. He must take, and you will take the d3 pawn. Now he will use his king, or like it don't matter here what he will use. Like if he pushed his pawn, he will just lower the chances of a draw for black. So it is better to play the king to b7. Now you will play your king to c4. If he takes the pawn, you will just promote to a queen. So he can't take, you will just return back to a8. And now you will play your king to c5. You will play his king to b7. You will play your king to d6, and he can't take this pawn, so he will just return with king to e8. And you can't take this pawn because it's a stalemate. So now you will not sacrifice any pawn, but you will play this move, king to e7. If he pushed his pawn, now you will just enter with king and threatening to promote to a queen. So he will return back with king here, and now you can sacrifice this pawn. So that's the last pawn you will sacrifice. He will take with king, and you just enter with king. He will push his pawn and play d7. He will move his king, and you promote to a queen check, king a6, and queen b6 checkmate. I hope you enjoyed this puzzle. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and thank you for watching.